I hate to break the fishing news after Remchuck, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations, you're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
Might want to mark that down.
Yep. All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
The pre-show is so much more fun.
There's a 3-minute pre-show where we just get all the dirty shit out of our brains that we could never say.
Yeah.
Laugh at ourselves.
That's why it should be. We should just do like a no camera, no internet live show.
Yeah. It's a one and done.
Yeah.
A show called No Evidence where you just say shit.
Yeah.
That used to be what stand-up comedy was. You'd go, you'd be offended, you'd have a good time, and you'd leave.
Yeah. That should be.
It's the way God does.
I don't think what we talked about before this would offend anyone, but it's just, it's probably something you shouldn't share.
Yeah.
To protect everyone involved.
But saying offensive shit that you don't mean just to make the boys giggle is the point of a lot of this chatter.
Yeah. That
in 2024.
The point of life, I'd say.
Yeah. And now we're just pulling on our collars all the time, hoping nothing's recording.
Yeah.
There's so many hours of recorded audio of us anyway. We can just make each other say whatever we want at the worst of times or the best of times.
Ella Howard Stern.
Have you seen this guy on social that looks like Chinese Elon Musk?
Yes.
Is it real or fake? What the hell am I looking at here?
I mean, probably real. That'd be a weird thing to fake, but it's also the internet.
It's like Russian Leo DiCaprio, though.
But a deep fake of a Chinese guy's head with an Elon face.
I imagine just given the population and where we're at in the world, there's somebody who's a dead ringer for
There's
Elon.
doppelgangers of all of us.
So that's just a guy who really looks like Elon Musk.
Because I always think of Russian Leo DiCaprio. He's out there among us.
But he doesn't look like this Chinese Elon Musk guy looks like Elon Musk.
Let's give the Russian guy some credit here. If you just put a little work in.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
If you look that much like Leo, wouldn't you just like trim up and
into it?
Like,
because it'll be a good life.
Yeah.
Yeah, a great life.
It will be a good life.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab him for you.
It will be a good life. If people who
like it's awesome. He's awesome.
It's so weird, man. Like his eyes are Elon's soul when you look at them.
It's all there.
Yeah, I don't think that's fake.
This is the wish.com Elon.
Elon Musk, I'd just like to add, his maternal grandmother is from Moose Jaw. Thank you. Moose Jaw doesn't rock.
The other day. That's interesting.
If Moose Jaw doesn't rock and Moose Jaw doesn't fuck, there's no Elon Musk.
You think Elon's ever been at the Crush Can?
I would assume he was there for the founding.
Grandma would take him there for a game. The team's been around since when did they move there? 70s?
I would. So when would Elon 80s? Have been conceived? He's like what, 55, 56?
He's that old?
Yeah.
27? What did you think?
Yeah, well,
I thought he was like early 40s.
Elon was born in 71 in June, so it would have been
53
Q4 of 1970.
Q4. Crush Can did not exist. Q4 1970. Did it? No, it would have. Was it a post World War?
Are you trying to guess if he's ever been there or if he was conceived?
I'm trying to guess if Elon Musk's maternal grandparents banged at the Crush Can.
Is it the Civic Center?
Yes.
Okay, so that opened September 19th, 1959.
Okay.
Yeah. But and the Warriors weren't there until like the late 80s, and they moved from anyways.
Were the Generals playing?
$525,000.
That's what the Crush Can cost.
Mm-hmm. $525.
$525.
Property taxes went up as a result. Half the team died. Yep.
Yeah. So this place is gone now completely, right?
Gone.
Unfortunately,
they flattened it. It's not just there like Rexall places. It's not just
they actually did what you do when you crush a can.
Yep. They extra crushed it.
Yeah, and now there's like a CRU development there, so a bunch of retail, and they all kind of have the roof to pay homage to the Civic Center. Yes,
yeah,
that's really classy.
Cool. Closed September 2011, Tyler.
Yeah,
demolished August 2012.
Yeah,
they didn't really waste a lot of time. That's smart.
Capacity 3,100.
It's all you need.
It's all you need. Oh man, it was good.
The vibes are so good there.
I do kind of like, every once in a while you just happen to be driving past Rexall Place and it's like, hey, Rexall Place still there.
We're about to have a very similar Crush Can experience in the Mullet Arena.
Pretty close.
Like 3,100 of Moose Jawians cramming in for a battle of Highway 1.
Like if there's 50 of us in a 4,500 person arena, we are a chunk.
We're 10%.
I
no
1%.
1%. Caught it right away. To be fair,
what percentage do you think of the Mullet Arena will be Oilers fans?
At least a quarter.
Oh, I'm thinking
Dude,
70%.
Yeah, I'm thinking like it's 70, 80%.
Really?
I might have, the
If that's the case, if we're 50-50 or like basically a coin flip, it's going to be awesome.
we are going to be annoying. It's in a good
It's going
way.
to be great.
In a good way. Not if you're a Coyotes fan. There's like 8 Coyotes fans there who are like, fuck, shut up. No, I think it might be higher than 80. I wouldn't be surprised.
Like, well, look at the ticket prices. They're like $350 US right now.
It's crazy.
That's the McDavid bump.
But like that's the Edmonton snowbird factor. Like Chalmers, the only reason why Chalmers is coming is because he's had a family vacation to Arizona.
I know.
Like, we just lucked out. He just like fell into the nation vacation. He tried to avoid it all.
But think how many people there are like Chalmers
exactly.
who have access to somewhere to stay.
One of one.
Well, that's fair. But like they have access to somewhere to stay, and it's like, yeah, absolutely, we should go down. So I think it's going to be crazy.
If it's north of 50, I'm going to be so pumped.
Yeah, because so many people have family that like their parents will have a place there, so like they would have just like, yeah, that's the weekend or week we're going to Arizona,
and you've known since September,
Yes,
August that this is happening. So I think it's going to be crazy high.
Yes.
What jersey are you bringing?
Nuge.
I might wear a white one this time.
Yeah, I might go white reverse retro.
After Labor Day?
I love wearing my at home.
Isn't it now before Labor Day because we're in a new year?
No, yeah. When does the Labor
Time is
Day,
circular.
I think it's
When does it reset?
after Easter. Maybe is it Labor Day to Easter? Or
Wow.
something? I don't know.
Because of
Can't wear white?
Jesus.
Depends on your longitude and latitude.
Yeah, Jesus preferred a home jersey.
Shit.
I'm going to go white reverse retro. Final answer.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
I do want to wear my at home, but I might not.
What color is it?
It's blue.
Wear a Nick
The
Dowd
royal blue
jersey.
or the dark?
The royal blue.
That's beautiful.
But my 2 whites, I've got a 2012 Nuge.
That thing's
Reebok.
crisp.
Blank Reebok pajama jersey, Jason Strudwick era. I'll wear that
I've
one.
You have a
also got-
Strudwick jersey.
I've got a Strudwick orange jersey.
Could do that.
Could do that.
Letestu hasn't come out in a while.
Letestu, we need a Letestu.
Mhm.
Talking about bottom 6 depth.
Nick Dowd.
Well, they're 2 different players. I'd rather Nick Dowd than Mark Letestu, but I'd like both if I could be honest.
I have a 2024 Fanatics Cody Cease jersey because it didn't come with an eye on it. Got that Cease. Yeah, Fanatics. I follow that. Thanks, Fanatics, or whatever it is. It's so funny that they just they must ship a lot, obviously, that isn't
It
fucked
must
up.
be because they now do jerseys for everyone, don't they?
So it's just their inbox of complaints go viral all the
When
time.
you sell 30 million jerseys a month.
Some of them are so good. I didn't know this was an account, but now I have to follow it.
Oh, their quality is atrocious, though, from what you look at.
But that's what happens because they have a monopoly. Like they don't care, I don't think. Like if you go to NFL Shop Canada, it redirects you to Fanatics. Lids Dossier, Lid redirects you to Fanatics. MLB Shop, Fanatics. NHL Shop, Fanatics. It's all just Fanatics now. We're fucked. The new baseball jerseys are horrendous.
They're not Nike jerseys anymore?
It's like Nike making them, or like the Nike tag on there, made by Fanatics now.
I went to Best Buy to buy a fridge.ca, Fanatics. So I bought a Philadelphia Eagles jersey. And I can't use that for refrigeration. Thanks, Fanatics. Thanks, Fanatics, you dicks.
Someone posted it was like an Evander Kane Islanders jersey. They were
Hell
like, what
yeah.
the fuck? I ordered an Oilers jersey.
Fucking right.
There's Kane 91 on the back of an Islanders jersey.
But you know
That's
what?
amazing.
It's close, though.
There's just prisoners of war 4 kilometers under the Earth's surface pressing jerseys. They have no idea. Evander Kane, Islanders.
This just reminds me of the long time ago, Wanya. You sent me a screenshot of a guy wearing an Oilers 2006 Cup Champs shirt
Yes.
from a video you were watching.
Yes, man. I've seen 2 hats and a shirt. And
Well,
one
they
guy
have to make them when there's game 7.
One guy was in prison. I'm not even kidding. A South American prison. He was wearing an Oilers 2006 Cup Champs hat. And they were interviewing a different prisoner. And this guy walked by in the background. Another one, unfortunately, was an outdoor strip miner in Africa. And he was like walking down the side of a hill going to work for a documentary. And he's got a 06 Oilers Cup Champ hat on.
I
Like,
love one of
it
those.
can't be that bad.
If I
You
could
live in
find
a
one,
world
I'd
where you
buy
think this happened.
Yeah, well, now with the power of the internet, they try to push them to like the far reaches of Earth so you never see them.
I think now they don't mass produce them as much. I think they make like enough of a run for it to like go to the teams that night. And then it's like, they don't have like boxes and boxes ready to be shipped to stores. But my Fanatic story is 2 weeks left in the NFL season. I was like, I'm going to get myself a new Bills jersey now that it looks like they might be going to the playoffs. And I was like, I'm going to get it. Shipping 5 to 10 business days. I ordered it on January 8th. It's still not here.
They mushed the Bills for you.
Yeah. And now I don't even really want it that bad because the season's over. I was
Who'd
just
you
like,
get?
Jake Allen with one L.
James Cook.
Allen. Cook.
Yeah. And James alone. Or Josh alone. Love him.
Josh. Yeah. Anyways, Fnatic sucks.
You know what I swear to you I'm going to get if he comes home is a crisp 2024 Eberle jersey.
What number will
Boy,
you
something weird. 7. No.
Can't.
Coffee 9. Can't.
Can't do 14.
Or it'll be weird. It'll be 80. What's his birth year?
Maybe he does 41. I'll let
41.
Taylor Chorney.
Oh, the
98.
legacy.
I can't do that. It's too close to Connor and Gretzky.
Maybe he goes
Billy
6.
Harvey's number.
Go 69. What's that?
13. You can't take it from Matthias Janmark.
Can you imagine he came here and just said to Ekholm, like, I'm only going to come here if I get to be 14. And Ekholm's like, I guess you don't get to be an Oiler, bitch.
Oh, maybe he'd wear number 90. That's his birth year.
What number is he wearing?
Isn't that what Corey Perry
7.
is?
Oh, yeah. Perry's 90.
Because he was 7 in junior.
Maybe he'd be number
He's
22
7 again now, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's 7. Maybe 22. His draft slot.
Maybe something to do with his kids. Now he's a dad.
He's got 2 kids.
Can't wear 2. Boosh got 2.
Oh, yeah. I think he has 2 kids. I don't know.
Could he wear 97?
Yes.
I
So
said
he was 7 with the Regina Pats too. So we got to find a new number.
I said
for Eberle.
upside down 7.
What was he
nice.
in? What was he in Long Island? Probably
7.
Yep. 7.
Damn it.
Oh man.
So anyways, the
Coffee?
Oilers are getting
Thoughts?
them. So I'm happy.
they?
I'm happy we're at the point where we're just already getting the number thing sorted out.
Oh my
One of my
God.
favorite bits during silly season is saying future Oiler to every potential trade target ever. It's very fun. I
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Well, future Oiler Nick Dowd needs to happen.
Future Oiler Nick Dowd sounds great. Future Oiler Travis Konechny also sounds great.
Oh,
Future
Man, if we
Oiler
got
Jordan
Dowd and
Eberle.
Konechny,
You can do that and click through their photos?
yeah. Hockey DB eventually will just load up every photo of the player ever, and you can just click through and go right back to the beginning.
Look at my young Jordan there. Just a prince. Look at him. Oh, he's so cute.
No beard, no scruff.
Now he's
nothing.
coming. Now he's coming as a man and with dad strength.
Look at him. What a dork. I love him.
63-point season last year in Seattle.
He's
New Oiler Jordan Eberle is great to have on our team. Feels very
Depth scoring doesn't have to be a stud this time around. Just got to chip in. That's a good role for him.
Sam Gagne, Jordan Eberle, Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, the rest of our heroes,
Nuge.
all in the 24 team.
Nuge
Zach
tonight.
Hyman. There's so many storylines converging, man. Every roster spot has an epic tale. for me.
Draisaitl centering Nuge and Eberle.
Nuge tonight ties Mark Messier's record.
All 22.
I'm gonna have to get an IV stand.
851 games with the Oilers.
Who dat?
Nuge. That is ties Messier for 3rd in franchise history.
Also, if they acted on the Eberle trade fast enough, he would play his 1,000th career game as an Oiler.
Is that happening this year?
Yeah, he's 11 away.
Oh, well, that's yeah.
It's got to happen. We already missed Sam Gagne. We got to get Jordan Eberle.
Yeah, we just missed Gagne's 1,000th game.
Mm-hmm.
Every single roster slot is a story to me at this point. This team might go deep.
I think
We
they
have
will.
to make some moves, but yes, I think we will. I truly think we will.
When they got rid of Jordan Eberle after 2017 for no fucking reason whatsoever, and they just singled him out like, oh, he's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
great.
trade tree is really depressing.
What are you
talking?
talking about? That's one huge problem. Beater Chiarelli. But then to trade him for Strome for Spooner.
So it went Eberle for Strome for Spooner for Gagne for Athanasiou for nothing.
No. Once they had the second Ryan, you lost me.
Yeah.
Remember that one year? What's his nuts went? Strome went to New York and was amazing after.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways, right those wrongs. Bring him
Got
back.
it. It's an all-time vibes move.
It is.
It is very good vibes move. Very good.
I only have one dream left. Only one wish left on the Oilers tree if they bring him back.
And I did this whole rant on Owen every day, so I won't do it again. But like the people being like, "No, first round pick, that's too much for Eberle." Like, goddamn,
Liam.
you gotta give up shit. You gotta give something to get something.
That's right.
Well, if you've got your list of guys and it's like, okay, we need 3 holes to fill or 2 holes to fill, and this is the guy on the top of the list, and that's the guy on the top of the list, you go get the guys on the top of your list. You do. You
Yeah.
deploy the assets to get them. And if somehow you lose in a gunfight, you better have a good plan B. But like, that's what good teams do. They get their guy.
Yep.
We got to get our guy. Guys, plural.
I don't understand this is obviously old stuff, but I just don't understand how we went from there's nothing wrong with Jordan Eberle, we love Jordan Eberle, to Jordan Eberle is out of here. Like it.
Well, it was circumstantial because, like, obviously he wasn't, and I know it's a whole other debate, but like the playoff performance he had there wasn't the greatest.
It just wasn't worthy of ejecting him
he
from
was
the
still
VHS.
a $6 million player. So
That's fair.
To be able to turn him into Ryan Strome at $3 million made a lot of sense. And then what we did with Ryan Strome was we didn't set him up for success, and he had to drag just bodies around the ice. So he wasn't putting up the points that he should be. So we felt the need that we should be trading him for Spooner.
God, that was a terrible trade.
That is like
That's the bad one.
Level. Well, that
It was one of those ones where, and if I remember correctly, Ryan Strome was shooting at like a 0% as well.
Yeah, like it was
just like ground level.
Yeah.
Jay, I can still think of where we were standing in the pint watching the TVs when the Reinhardt trade went down. I could see it.
Yeah.
And I could look over and you're right there and you're like, that's one of the worst trades in franchise history. And I was just sitting there. I'm like, I like it.
I was so mad.
He's a former Oil King.
Imagine we had Eriksson Ek on our team.
He's a former Oil King, I said to myself.
Well,
we have
there's
an
a list of
inside
those
track. Remember the logic of why we needed a team in the dub was the inside track on Oil Kings.
Yep.
Has that produced a single Oiler?
No.
So that trade, in case you were wondering, and I know you were, 30 games with the Edmonton Oilers.
Reinhardt?
Yep.
30 great games.
Couple
30
playoff games,
Imagine we
right?
got Eriksson Ek.
One playoff game.
That guy with the two
Eriksson Ek.
names, I don't trust two namers.
Oh man, he's good.
Except
By
for
RV
Nugent.
Svensson, he really ruined it for me.
Well, when he
Nugent
dropped
Hopkins?
it, well, I was going to say hyphenated, I'll play with. I'll play.
No hype on that.
It looks like a Fanatics jersey. Something fell
Yeah,
off.
so I'm like,
Who dat?
you had to pay extra for the act.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, those Fanatics baseball jerseys are so bad. They brought down where the name bar is. So now like Verlander has to be like a super rainbow.
And like Guerrero is on some jerseys.
Yeah. Like,
Super rain.
oh my God, dude. It's so bad. They're just getting flamed online for it too. It's nasty. Anyways. Anything else Oilers wise?
Doesn't MLB own Fanatics or something?
I think it's a joint
or
venture.
NFL, like someone, like a league owns
Because that
Fanatics.
Rubin guy owns
Michael
it
Rubin,
with them.
yeah.
Michael Rubin owns it with them. But they're joint ventures. So you just cut them in on their supply chain.
Gotcha.
Doesn't make sense to me, but I believe you guys. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Connor McDavid had 6 points the other night.
Man, they got MLB, MLS, NBA, NFL, NHL, NASCAR, Formula One, WWE, and NPB.
NASCAR?
NPB?
Mm-hmm.
The National Pro Bowling League?
Yep.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
No, isn't that the Japan Baseball League?
That's NPK.
Oh,
The Nippon
KBO.
Professional Baseball.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
where Ohtani played.
yes.
That's where Trevor Bauer played.
I think Bauer was a KBO guy, but I sometimes get the two leagues confused.
Is that in Korea?
I'm learning.
Yeah. Because
Anyway,
I remember early days of the pandemic, I was betting on KBO games.
Oh God.
really?
You got to keep the engine turning.
Well, hey,
I was throwing dice in an alley.
Quiet money is dead money or something. What's the term?
I don't think that's it. Quiet money's dead, but
so you need to bet it on the KBO.
You gotta keep chopping it.
Isn't that the betting? Like what we like us degenerates say? Like not betting is dumb.
keep it chopping.
Scared
Please
money,
bet
don't make money?
responsibly. I'm just speaking on my behalf.
I'm thinking of getting into betting on darts.
Oh,
Sports
man.
electric.
I'll tell you one thing I'm doing. 7 a.m., 6:45 a.m. at the Chili's.
Mm.
I'm going to be loading up my Betway account and loading up all my bets before we
Yeah, you got
land
it.
in the U.S.
That's fair.
Oh, you can't bet down there.
Yeah, we're gonna play that tap dance again. We're gonna try.
Can
and
you
get into our
VPN
betting
that
apps.
shit, or how's that go?
Yeah, there's rumors that a VPN could work.
There could be.
I don't know what it is. I need to look into this.
Can't let
Like that
anyone know.
DoorDash ad with David Beckham.
I was going to say something else.
But why did I see? Have you ever seen the photo on Insta of people driving by the side of the road and they've stopped over state lines to bet on their phones when they drive back?
Yeah,
VPN?
that happens in like, it's like the 1.0 version of that.
Yeah.
If it was your car, you just drive to New Jersey.
See, your MTech, I really like Bolivian YouTube and Croatian Netflix. So I'm quite often using a VPN.
Croatian Netflix.
Yeah, there's a Croatian version of The Crown with their royal family I'm quite partial to.
I used to do that all the time on Netflix. Because the shows on like US versus Canadian
Yeah,
Netflix
it's
were
totally
wildly different.
Croatian.
I can't wait to check out what's on the Croatian one.
Well, are you familiar with the Croatian royal family's amazing saga?
Not yet.
Well,
Not yet.
get yourself a VPN.
Riveting.
Yeah, their Princess Diana has a different outcome.
There's a new song called Princess Diana with Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj. I think actual Princess Diana would be happy to hear it.
Oh, that's nice.
It's barely, remember, you know the song WAP?
Yeah.
It's of that ilk,
Oh, jeez.
but named after Princess Diana.
How dare
Just
they?
what she would have wanted.
She
Not
was
sully her
she
name.
was a munch.
What the hell? Speaking of Princess Diana, what was Prince Harry doing at the NFL awards?
He's now civilian Harry.
But he went to see Charles for a hot 12 seconds and flew back because he had to go to the NFL Honors Awards. And remember, he left England to have a quiet life. And now he's at the NFL Awards presenting Defensive Player of the Year.
He needs to make some money.
The crown is just fuck Jesus.
They don't do that in the Croatian royal family, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, a little more cutthroat. A lot more poisoning in family. Family members just disappear.
Ooh.
I like to imagine the Queen of Croatia popping up at the Nickelodeon Awards, you know?
Yeah, at the Croatian
Getting slimed.
soccer league.
Yeah,
awards.
getting
When her dad has just been diagnosed with a terminal illness, fly over for 28
Is he
months.
terminal? What is it? Is it?
They aren't disclosing anything.
Of course.
He went in for an enlarged prostate and they found something else.
Oh, boy.
Not great.
But you got to think that if the Illuminati rumors are true,
Jesus.
they have a special lizard that comes to see you when you're sick if you're the King of England. And he does a special ceremony and you've got 300 more years of life when he leaves.
Yeah.
Like the National Health Service has special doctors for King Charles.
They come, they put a shit ton of money in a blender with a little serum.
Just pour it on him.
Yeah. It just goes away.
Yeah.
That's their version of Magic School Bus. Strictly medical procedures.
You would think, can King Charles get like of the healthcare in the world, top 10 patient service in the world?
Well, we know who gets the top, and it's
VP?
Sheikh.
Oh, MVS?
The Sheikh gets
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
They every in UAE or in Dubai, I guess, because it's a bunch of provinces that make up UAE. Every hospital has to have a dedicated floor to the Sheikh
At all times ready.
at all times. All times, and only with its private elevator that goes to it. Every hospital has to have one.
Damn.
We toured that one. We toured that one
yeah,
on our way to
yeah,
Abu Dhabi. It might
yeah.
have been in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
And they showed us like it wasn't fully built, so they could let us in to see it, but like private
That's
elevator
right. That's right.
to it. Yeah.
Is Dubai cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting. There's some shit that'll blow your mind, but like just, don't read into it too much.
Here, I'll tell you how Dubai is interesting, but also weird. So they have the tallest building in the world.
Okay.
Burj Khalifa.
Well, we have the biggest mall.
Well, we have the third biggest mall. With the biggest mall is in Dubai. We went there.
Fuck.
And it's so big you can't quite tell it's bigger than the mall. It's just everywhere at once.
Okay. So
But
keep going.
the Burj Khalifa, we go there, we look, we go to the top, we drink orange juice, right? Jay and I go, marvelous time. But you find out afterwards that it's not hooked up to the sewer system. So every night at like 3 a.m, honey wagons show up and like line the main street to empty the Burj Khalifa out for the next day's business, residences, tourists. And you're just like, that's super weird. Why don't you just connect it to the fucking sewers? That's how Dubai is weird.
There's a lot of weirdness to it. There's a bunch of crazy 100-story buildings, empty.
Didn't you guys go skiing?
Yeah.
Went skiing, cool.
Cool.
Went like tobogganing down sand dunes and rode camels, cool.
Yeah.
Breakfast, Sunday brunch is like the party social affair of the week.
Yeah.
Fun.
You're not allowed to drink anywhere but in the Western hotels.
In hotels, yeah.
So you're there and you're drinking and they're like, yeah, you like that, don't you, Westerner weirdo? And you're like, I think I'm
No,
enjoying
but even
myself.
like the Saudis like flock to the hotels. Like you'll
Yeah.
see a bunch of KSA license plates and stuff because it's the only place you can drink.
That's the other cool thing about Dubai is your social order is literally shown in your license plate.
Yes.
So the number 1 plate is for like,
It's a letter and number. So A and the low number, like you're rich.
A1.
2 digits, 3
A1
digits,
is
4.
like the Sheikh. I think the Sheikh has A1. We saw an A4 and the person where they're like, that has to be a royal family member.
I saw a guy on YouTube and he was showing his garage in Dubai and they're like, how much money in license plates do you have? He goes, I have about $20 million in license plates.
Yeah, because it's status symbol. So people will pay
Buy them.
coin for like a low letter number plate.
Because you haven't lived until you've pulled up on a Dubai highway next to a bunch of honey wagons that are parked to empty out the Burj Khalifa, and you look over at somebody with a higher number plate than you, and you're like,
Fuck you.
fuck you. How's that sound, bitch?
Yeah, you go there seeing a lot of cool, interesting things, but also with a lot of questions. So go check it out.
Like I saw, go check it out. Like it's just zipping across.
You got to go check it out.
You got to check it out.
You
Is
got
it more of a 6-hour flight?
Bugatti made an apartment building. That's what I remember. Bugatti made an
How long of a
apartment
flight?
It'll be about 4 6-hour flights for you. I think it was 14 and a half hours from Seattle.
building. When I went to Dubai,
You gotta go that way?
Yeah.
I don't know where Dubai is. I'll just be honest.
listen to this here, Amtrak. When I was there, we're in the airport and we go to the urinals, right? We've just landed.
Okay.
The urinal flushes while I'm peeing, and the heat that came off the water inside the airport, because it's just so fucking hot outside.
So hot there.
Oh, really?
I thought that it was like a shower or something. Like you could feel this blast of heat because they from the tap water.
Oh, wow. It's hard to get further away from us than Dubai.
I made the mistake of, there's Old Dubai where all the outdoor markets are, souks, I believe they call
That
them.
was really cool though, old Dubai.
Oh, very cool. And I decided to wear light tan pants.
You got to.
And within minutes of walking around the streets of Old Dubai, it was so hot. They were dark brown. I sweat through the entire, every millimeter of fabric I sweat through.
Are you breaking down how many flights it take to get there for you?
Yeah.
So you would fly Calgary to Iceland, which is 6.5.
Spend a couple of days in Europe and then get
I
down
know
there.
you'll make the exception there. And then you go somewhere to Europe, 6 hours. I think you do it in 3 flights your way.
Tempting.
We're gonna get to the Italy or something. I don't know what.
It feels just I don't know. I think I'd just be very uncomfortable there the whole time.
Why don't you just bring a rag and a jar of ether and then just get on a long ass flight and then just huff the ether till you pass out. And then if you wake up in transit, huff it again.
Dubai. Interesting.
Dubai.
And that's why Jordan Eberle is coming back to the Oilers.
Eberle's coming back. When do you go to Copenhagen?
I've got the most interesting travel days of my life, but effectively March 12th.
Effectively. All right.
I'm leaving Honolulu at 9 p.m. on March 11th.
Your journey starts in Honolulu.
Because this summoning came in my journey.
Before you do this, the ballingest thing in the world, your Amtrak in my mind, is going from airport A to airport B, and neither one is your hometown.
That's pretty sweet, actually.
So you're like, I'm going from city A to city B, but you are not going home, and you didn't leave at home. Go on, Jay.
Continue.
So, well, I have to. So I'm going. So Honolulu, 9 p.m. March 11th. Land in Edmonton, noon March 12th.
Okay.
The reason I'm doing this is to help because I'm traveling with family like Crawford. So I want to be there to not stitch Eva, just to be solo with all the stuff and a baby. So get there, drive them home, have a shower, drive back to the airport. Then fly to Amsterdam on the KLM direct flight, which is sweet. And then
Edmonton to Amsterdam?
Edmonton to Amsterdam. And
How
long? Just under 8 hours.
Ooh. Sounds manageable. Keep going.
Business class too. Daddy got that because that was a request of this summoning. So I'll be.
You said I'll go there, but I insist you fly me out business class.
I had to explain it. They're like, okay, this is a fair request.
You're winning already with the Danish daddies. Good on you.
Flying business class is the best long haul. Then get to Copenhagen on Wednesday at 1:35 p.m.
Have a 12-minute meeting.
I go
then fly to the NFL awards.
Check into my hotel, go for a dinner. Next day, all day sessions, and then the next day, make my way back home.
Why don't you tack on a day or some shit?
We'll see because I'm trying to. I might be able to unlock a day. I'm working on trying to stay one extra day.
You got to stay an extra day. You got all the way there.
I know, man. It's fucking wild. So whatever. First world problem if there ever was one, but crazy travel day.
That is insane. And your plan, not to be that guy, that's if everything goes according to plan. You have time for a shower.
Honolulu to Edmonton to Calgary is like 7-hour flight. And then I do another 8-hour flight and then a 2-hour flight or whatever. All good. It's wild. So that's when I'm going to Copenhagen.
Sleep on the plane. You might
Only
get a
3.5 hour flight on Sunday though, Tyler.
Oh, I can't wait. 7:30 we take off Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
That is going to be good. And like a Sunday, just I'll be enjoying my beer that morning. Nation vacations just hit different.
Start at the Chili's. Got it.
Yeah. Like Toronto for the All-Star game felt like we had a lot of important stuff to do. Nation vacation, we're just going to go have a good damn time.
Yeah.
I do need to call that mini golf place still. Pop Stroke. I don't know if they do reservations. I kept looking. Oh, so we might just walk in.
Yeah, but still call them.
Okay, maybe I'll call.
I go to a massage parlor on the right. What would it be? Off Calgary Trail called Pop Stroke. Yeah. So medical massage parlor, of course.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, we are going to continue along.
Tiger Woods owns it as well.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Man, speaking, hold on. Well, do your thing here.
Okay, here's just Nation Vacation brought to you by Alberta Blue Cross. There's only one thing better than sharing memories, and that's making new ones. Alberta Blue Cross Travel Insurance protects your memories and more wherever your travel takes you. Visit ab.bluecross.ca/travel for more information.
We're in an alternate timeline, clearly, in society. But what was it? When did everything go to shitbag milk? 2016?
Whenever Harambe died.
That's the one. So great. The Oilers are fantastic in this timeline, so I really don't care. But there are signs we're in an alternate universe. And one of them is the new Tiger Woods line with TaylorMade called Red Sunday.
Sunday Red.
Sunday Red.
Sunday
Yeah.
Red.
And then a weird tiger logo.
And everyone's like says, flip the logo upside down. It looks like a fused like vertebrae. Like fused.
Is that what it is?
That's what
Oh,
people
yeah.
say.
What is
And
that
Tiger
logo?
looks so weird in the announcement on their Instagram account because I went and looked at it. Yeah, he's like, this is great.
Like, oh yeah, he wants to be a nice.
It's an alternate universe, man.
That logo is awful.
It's terrible, man. The whole thing's terrible. The rollout's terrible. The logo's terrible. It does look like a fused spine.
Like look it upside down, yeah.
Why did they separate Sunday?
Because it's owned by
The
Nike.
Church of Allegiance.
Nike owns Sunday.
Nike owns the Pantone, yeah.
Disney owns the Mountie.
Can I
Did
just-
you know that?
What?
Disney owns the Mountie. Like the idea of the man with the hat and the red uniform and shit. It's not the RCMP that has the trademark. It's Disney because of, I think it was Rocky and Bullwinkle. But the RCMP has to get permission to use the Mountie. Think about that, Tyler. And you also, you know who owns the term angels?
Disney?
HOA?
Victoria's Secret.
Oh.
And if you try to have an event and show girls in angel wings, good luck with that.
I'm just going to push back. I'm in on this Tiger Woods thing.
You think that's cool?
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I see.
I actually kind of like the logo. Simplistic. I don't know.
Awful.
Like Arc'teryx.
No, man, the world was on the right trajectory when Tiger had that Nike ball that just rolled and rolled and rolled. Pow! And then, yeah! That's when the world was on the right trajectory. This is very off.
I'm going to get one of the hats. I like it. I don't know.
Speaking of hats,
I'm a sucker for TaylorMade gear. I'm a sucker for Tiger Woods stuff.
I want to talk about hats for 1 second and change the subject entirely.
Yeah.
Because I was shocked. Someone finally made a realization that he shouldn't wear a flat brim hat and wear a dad hat. Today on Owen every day.
Jason Gregor?
Gregor was wearing a Sports 1440.
Flex fit hat.
But dad hat.
It's got a bit too much of a brim. Dad hat would
It
be
wasn't.
flat, or a bit too much of a crown. Dad hat would be flat.
I think okay, but it was better for him.
It was.
I was happy.
He wore it this morning on the rundown and he was looking at himself like on the camera, you could tell, and he kept like shifting it different ways.
He's not used to. He's
not
used to the
it.
big bulbous.
Yeah.
That doesn't work for him.
No. But yeah, Gregor was rocking a curved brim hat.
Yeah,
today.
I loved it. It looked good. I'm like, perfect.
Here's a
For great.
and I know that he's your co-host and you have to see him all the time, but here's what I think about when Gregor wears stuff. It always looks to me like he's wearing a disguise. Like when he's wearing a hat, it looks to me like he's trying to like blend in a crowd. Like he'll wear a Peaky Blinders hat. He looks like he's wearing a disguise, like he's a spy trying to blend in.
Maybe he is a spy.
He could be.
CSIS.
Ask him if he is. If he says no, that's the first sign it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Are you a spy?
No. No, I know people.
That's
though.
interesting.
It's a joke. No, nothing. It's a very inside joke.
Inside with who? You and the other spies?
Yeah, me and the other spies.
Now you just start Morse coding during the podcast to signal everyone. Beep, beep,
Since we were talking about Pop Stroke, did you know that his new deal with TaylorMade pushes the value of Tiger Woods' Pop Stroke empire up to $650 million on its own?
I don't believe
Is this a publicly traded company?
Yeah.
one of the things that I think is part of this cycle of PR and spin that we live in is inflating the values of shit. It boggles my mind how every celebrity liquor brand's worth $300 million. How the fuck is Pop Smoke worth $600 million?
I hadn't even heard of it.
Pop Stroke. Pop Smoke's a rapper guy.
There's two in Arizona.
R.I.P. Pop Smoke.
Well, they have the IP for 18 holes of golf. They patented the golf ball. Like, how could that be worth $600 million?
Yeah, it's not like they own mini golf. That's a
Wow.
great point. We could build one of those in Edmonton if we had the money.
Do you have the money?
Now we're
Oh, I don't, but I'm.
Just wait.
You know people. Just wait.
Yeah.
I do know people though who might have. Hey, Pop Stroke.
What is Sunday Red
Strike.
worth, pray tell? $100 trillion? Are there any numbers around that?
Pop Swing.
cannot see. Cannot find.
That's why I bet on Apple once they sign Messi. It hasn't come to fruition yet, but I know it's going to come to fruition.
A value of
Once, like when I say they sign Messi, like the kind of deal and Apple connection to him joining him.
Apple at $3 trillion isn't valuable enough for you.
I think Messi can move it to 7. Right in this day and age of just grandiose crazyism.
Like, remember how the Kardashians are all billionaires all of a sudden? Bullshit. That's what I say. I think Forbes has been compromised long ago, and you can pay them to tell you whatever you want, basically.
It's like
That's
it's
cool.
like business in Edmonton magazine.
Yeah. If you buy an ad, you're the best lunch to go.
You pay them, you are the business.
But at scale, right? Because they know if you say that bloody Kendall Jenner's worth $900 million, all the bots will click on your articles. That's what I think. The only person who's actually creating value out here is Mr. Beast. I saw a list of the top 10 YouTube payers in the last 3 years. I think Mr. Beast made like $180 million or some crazy
Do
shit.
you know what I read about
from
Mr.
his
Beast?
YouTube revenue.
Yeah. Coco Melon, $130 million.
Oh, mama.
If you know Coco Melon, listeners, or you're a child,
Do you know one thing that Mr. Beast does that's interesting that I found out recently? He goes and updates his thumbnails in perpetuity.
to make them look different all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah. He found
Trying
it
to
him
lure more
screaming and
traffic
going,
in.
didn't work. Right?
Yeah, but like even just background elements change all the time. He changes a YouTube thumbnail generally every other month. Just always, all his videos.
Interesting. The thumbnail like game is very important.
Yeah.
Huge. Huge.
It's half the battle on YouTube.
It's my thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
That's your thumbnail.
What do you think here, Armchair? Look, it
that
hangs
it?
down 22 inches.
It is on camera too, so people will see that.
Oh, yeah.
Drink
it in.
Coco Melon, Miss Rachel, where's she on that list?
Miss Rachel. How do you know about that?
She popped up on my Instagram the other day because
Is
they're
that one of the glasses that like plays with toys? Or talks about toys?
no, Miss Rachel is an adult.
Yeah, I know, an adult. That's what I'm saying.
There was a TikTok she popped up on my thing of her like doing a video, one of her little kids' videos, and you can like blatantly see she has pierced nipples. And that's why it popped up on my feed.
These kid content creators like Speedy Dee, check her out. These people are terrifying. These people are going to one day snap and just start killing kids. Speedy Dee, yeah.
Ooh.
They're just like, hi, how are you? You know what's amazing? Everything. I just got hit by a car.
That must be an exhausting job, though, in all seriousness.
Wanya Jr. and I laugh at Speedy Dee. He's 3 and knows that ain't right. That she's just like, hey, kids. Jesus Christ, Speedy Dee. There's also a monkey we watch that they like have showers and shit and dress it in clothes and take it out in society, but it's real. Like it's an actual monkey they dress up.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That monkey's rich as shit.
We have a ritual at the house almost every day now. When we get home from work, we watch Hunter videos.
Hunter the Lynx.
Hunter the Lynx.
Just
He is
pull them up
great.
on YouTube?
Just his Instagram reels. She is obsessed.
He is great.
That's why I had to get. Oh, you weren't with me. I got a selfie with Hunter at the game the other day. I'm now the coolest parent.
Oh, has she seen it?
She just seen it.
And did it blow her mind?
She's like, oh my God, like that's Hunter. And like, she's like, who's that guy? Oh my God, that's Dada.
They did on the kids game this year against the Devils. When I took Wanya Jr. Mini Hunter.
Yeah, and where is he since
Bring
then?
him back. He's with Flex in an underground prison. They're making Fanatics jerseys. But Mini Hunter was a little kid who like tried out and got the job, and he was awesome, man. And they were like banging their drum, and like doon doon doon. Then he had a little one, ding ding ding.
I hope Mini Hunter comes because there's another 2 p.m. game coming up at home here at some point.
I was gonna say, has Crawford made it back
No,
since
she's
her first?
she's not actually had an encounter with Hunter yet. Like
That's gotta
one
happen,
thing
right?
close. She'll probably freak out, but yes, we got to do it. Is Wanya Jr. into Disney?
No, we're not. We try to watch movies and we're not there mentally, cerebrally.
We went to this Disney thing at the expo, this immersive Disney animation thing.
This we could do.
It's like a one big open, if he likes to run around.
He does that, we're into.
And when you step on the floor, the animation, like these things move because of your movements. Anyways.
He's tricked me several times into renting movies on the television, as you do. And I'm like, okay, but we got to watch this.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, we're ready. And then like 3 minutes and he's like, no. And he's running around in circles screaming. So he's into things, but in very.
Yeah, I've got Crawford obsessed with Elvin or Elnin, as she likes to say, in the Chipmunk.
Yeah.
But they're short 10-minute episodes. Yeah. And if she gets through one, that's great. If not, that's normally par for the course. We have a Batman book of 5-minute Batman stories, and they're terrible. So I read them off the dome like a cipher, where I'm just spitting hot fire.
Hell
and
yeah.
Wanya Jr. can't match. Like, as long as the pictures quasi match up.
You're just making it up.
And he's like that wasn't how it went last time. And I'm like, well, these books, they change like a Mr. Beast thumbnail. But they're 5-minute Batman stories, and they're awful. And you gotta you don't want to put Batman in a bad light, so you got to save him. He's got to be the hero, but it's so dreadful, these books. Batman Lego book. We used to be a society. Now we're reading this. I now read from the Old Testament exclusively. Try to get him some proper moral grounding.
Book of Revelations.
Yeah, I'm like Ruth 4, Job 16, verse 12.
Book of Job. Very important.
Back to the Oilers. So Connor McDavid had 6 points the other day, and the Oilers didn't even
tried talking about this twice already. Yeah. What's so important about it?
My favorite part about Tuesday's game was there was a point where the Oilers and the Red Wings were down in the Red Wing zone, and in came Hunter sliding on the rail. Boom, at the glass right at their head.
Perfectly timed.
Really?
Yeah. I wonder if he tries to do that.
Probably. He's a pro. When Sam Gagner got 9 points, he played out of his soul. And we talk about it 16, 12 years later.
Yeah.
Connor had 6 points. He probably could have had 15 points. He just elected not to because they scored 5 goals in the third.
Do you know what I realized? Do you know who the last Oiler to get 6 assists in a game was? You won't say Gretzky or something. Of course you do. But it was Leon. He did it 3 years ago, and I just forgot that happened. He had 6 assists in a game against the Ottawa Senators.
There's just so many
Canadian division year probably when Ottawa just rolling.
It was just 8-0 against them. When they retire, Connor and Leon, hopefully at the same time, hopefully they're raised to the banner, to the rafters to go hang with their cup.
We don't just hang their numbers up. We just raise them to
them in like a parachute harness.
Yeah.
Taxidermy them.
We would be better off to just start watching games in reverse and watch their career from the end to the beginning than watch real Oilers hockey in the post Connor Leon era.
Yep.
It will seem devoid. It's going to be such a letdown for all of us. We're like, oh, and then we're going to get 12 points tonight. Oh, isn't Leon going to score from his spot? Oh,
I feel like a lot of other fan bases, obviously look at the Oilers and are like, oh, their fans went from Gretzky right into, and then they got McDavid too. I know there was a
bit of a gap of about 30 goddamn years. 37 years.
I'm just thinking the first decade of darkness was bad, but then we got Connor. I feel like the hockey gods are going to hit us with something real fucked up when this all ends. It's going to be even worse.
Look at Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that who we want to be like?
Connor Bedard.
Well, they've had unprecedented success on and off the ice.
Connor Bedard back tonight.
Yeah. Oh, confirmed?
Yep. Hawks Twitter sent out a thing.
That's good for the NHL.
Yeah.
Keep your head up.
Fucking tighten up that. That looked so innocent to break your jaw.
Drink some milk. The other guy broke his jaw because big
milk. Oh.
Yeah, the milk campaigns have really died down since the 90s.
Just a still image of his jaw.
Yeah,
he doesn't even drink milk.
He's probably on a no dairy diet. Well, Big Dairy says your jaw is mush without us. Have you seen when he meets Wemby? Have you seen this interview? And he's like, how old were you when you were my height? Do you see this? And Wemby's like to somebody off camera. He's like, what? 9. He was 9.
See, Wemby had 10 blocks the other day in the first half.
He's rewriting David Robinson records, man.
Yeah.
He's actually good. And he's a goddamn alien.
And he's playing on a team with he's playing on the San Jose Sharks of the NBA. And he's just a freak. When he figures it out a little bit and gets his old man strength at some point, not old man strength, but veteran athlete strength, he's going to be just unbelievable.
Have you seen that footage of he's like dunking over a guy and his like feet are barely off the ground and his arms fully extended. And the guy he's dunking on is 6'11".
It looks like he can break a bone in a moment's notice.
But that's the thing. He's like, actually, he isn't like Bol. Like Bol walks around. You're like, oh shit, is this guy going to fall over? Like what the fuck? Wemby though. But he's like got an extra, like from here to here, he's got another elbow. Like you swear to God, his arms are so long. He's got like a full other
extremity.
It's crazy. And he's that tall.
He looks like a praying mantis to me.
Do you see the other day when he had the full, like the Pooh Shiesty mask on and the goggles and he was walking into the,
Oh, he looked like Slender Man that one.
Yes, man. He looks like an alien. What the fuck? What are players going to look like in another 20 years? Like, remember Wemby? This is Wemby 3.
Yeah,
like
20 feet tall.
I like that they let him wear whatever they want.
Oh yeah, that's good.
It's way more fun.
Yeah.
Not me. I want to see every player in a Brooks Brothers suit with a red tie and a fedora, like the old 40s teams in the NHL.
Like you used to dress for airplanes.
Yeah.
Or I want guys dressed like a dandy.
That's cool.
That'd be cool. That's a great look.
This made me laugh for whatever reason. It's just nerdy content stuff, but I still follow Don Cherry on Twitter.
You got to
just to keep tabs on what he's doing. And when Morgan Riley got suspended for 5 games, the Morgan Riley, got suspended for 5 games. The next day, Don Cherry put out a tweet being like, and obviously not him, definitely his kid, but he was like, Morgan Riley, 5-game suspension. What do I think? Find out Sunday on my podcast.
Really making us wait, Don?
Like a week from now?
It's a teaser, man.
Can't you just tell me right now?
That are way behind us.
I was
instant reaction.
I was going to respond and be like, the suspension will be served by then. Like you'll be back in the line.
He'll be back.
That just really made me chuckle. But Don's still kicking.
Imagine Don was still on the air. Imagine they're just like, well, we've gone this far.
He's like 80.
He's the Strom Thurmond.
90.
He's 90.
Yeah.
Great.
He was 87 when he was still on the air. You're close to it. Like,
Yeah, he just turned 92. It was just his birthday.
Yeah, he tweeted a picture of him with his cake.
How's he looking?
Not good.
Oh,
he's fucking 90, man.
He's not-
fair
yeah,
enough,
like-
man. I like
Yeah.
grapes. I don't care. I know he's a little senile, but I like him.
Just recently, I want to look at this.
Yeah, go look at it. While you do that, I'm going to tell people about DoorDash. You can get a birthday cake for Don Cherry delivered via DoorDash. You can get anything delivered via DoorDash is the point. And for a limited time, our Canadian listeners can get 25% off and zero delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more. Download the DoorDash app and enter the code NATION25. DoorDash,
Looks like
dash
a
that for the
guy
win.
cosplaying as Don Cherry.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Like it doesn't look great, but also
that looks like 90-year-old Don Cherry.
But again, you just have to remember he's 90. Yeah.
but
Looks
he's wearing
fine.
he's like wearing a cardigan now, which
That's what threw me off.
that shows me he's on the back half.
No more suits.
It reminded me of I saw a picture of the Rolling Stones recently, and 3 of the 4 members still dressed like they did in the 70s, while the 4th guy just looks like an accountant.
And he
with a button
died.
up.
The guy looks like an old man's dead.
I saw someone at an Oilers game the other day, like a man dressed up like Don Cherry. Like he had like the white little goatee and he was wearing the funky suit. And I was like, why?
You got to respect though, Don Cherry, that he like is buying so many suits that he's just like, you know what? No, I'm going to change the game and do special collars. Like, it's classy.
Yeah.
Imagine you invented a special kind of turtleneck that only you wore, your MJ.
Cool.
I could see myself getting
Like a
into the
turtleneck shiesty?
game. A turtleneck shiesty. Oh, just like a full bodysuit, like the Green Men in Vancouver.
Like an Ice Spice bodysuit.
Well, you were talking about ordering one earlier, and your $400 OVO vest that has no markings of it.
I don't want to buy a 400. It exists.
$600 OVO vest with no owl on it.
You could
That's
just.
for you though. You're a vest guy.
I am a vest guy. I exclusively rock
But
vests.
you need the owl though. If
I don't own a winter
$600.
coat. I just wear vests.
I like vests.
I like vests too.
It's nice to have your arms free.
You're
Also,
gonna buy-
when I curl, vests are good for curling.
But if you're gonna pay
curl a lot
$600
on a
on a
day-to-day
vest,
basis.
you better have multiple owls on that baby, not 0.
The whole thing should be fucking owls.
If you're going to splurge on fancy shit, it better have like, better look like a NASCAR, the logos on the outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
I had a moment of realization when I was at the NHL All-Star game, and I like to buy myself a treat when I go. Like there's something to remember it by. And I was like, I'm going to get one of the jerseys. So I was looking at the jerseys. I was like, oh man, like $180. I was like, I might do that. 180. That's not terrible for a jersey. Then I saw a hoodie I liked. That was also $180.
No.
And I was like, oh, $180 for a hoodie. I'll just get the jersey. Then I was like, wait, I'll wear the jersey like once, if
you got
that,
way
at
more
outdoor
life
rink.
out of the hoodie.
I was like, I'm going to wear the hoodie 100 times because this is a sweet hoodie. So then I had a little bit of a moment flip where I was
I'm
like,
surprised you're not a jersey all the time guy, though. You have so many of them.
I know, but I don't like wearing them on camera, and I'm on camera every day now. So it's like, ugh.
That's being an OnlyFans model.
Yeah. Can't just be running around rocking jerseys. Do you have to run?
In 4 minutes.
In 4 minutes.
4 good minutes. Say something for
I was gonna
3.
say, well, then the floor is yours for the final 4, Jay. What do you got?
I want the Oilers to acquire Nick Dowd more than Ice Spice wants a second date with Jason Kelsey.
Those memes were hilarious.
The one where he's just looking at her like she's like a animal in a tank or whatever. It's
No, 'cause
fucking hilarious.
Taylor introduced him to her and he like made eye contact with her and shook her hand. Like very,
Yeah, just like
how do you do?
Oh, it's
Miss
just the
Spice?
screenshot
This is
thing.
how we do it.
Yep.
Miss
I'm a
Spice.
gentleman, yes.
Do I call you Miss Ice or Miss Spice?
Yes. May I call you Ice?
There you are. Yes. Well,
I
Jim,
loved the video of Jason Kelsey partying post Super Bowl at the club. And then the very next day he was at Disneyland standing there for the parade looking like he hated his life.
Yeah, I'm
Because you know
too.
he does. He was very hungover in that
Oh,
picture.
yeah. He was letting her fly.
You see the video of Travis Kelsey smoking something at one of the after parties, and someone's recording him, and Taylor Swift like leans over, kind of being like, and he goes like, no, and then looks at the person recording and is like right there, like, nope, don't do it. And people are like, ooh, Taylor Swift wanted to smoke his weed and didn't because he didn't want to get caught on camera.
cool.
And that was my response too, but
let her grip
I know.
it. Rip it.
it would have.
I bet you, I saw the footage of her parents in the club after.
Oh yeah.
I bet you this is the first time ever that she's ever had a boyfriend that the parents are just like, oh, we're celebrating the man right now. Like that's got to be in a world where she can't find anyone at her level because
It's got to be
she's-
refreshing.
It must be refreshing.
Yeah.
His house, he lived in a normal house, like a normal-ish house, I guess, in Kansas City. And there were people tenting on his lawn, like living there. And he had to move into a gated community 1 month after he started dating her because everybody was going so crazy. His
Well, the chance.
so he moves into this house and it's like gated and there's like an estate and shit. The first day they move in, someone knocks on the patio window because they climb the fence to get in.
Bringing it back to Mr. Beast, it reminded me how he just lived in a normal house in a normal neighborhood forever until people found his house and just started banging on his door all the time. He goes,
He
"Well,
like
I had
got
to move."
robbed once really bad too.
Did he?
Yeah. But he like didn't own very much shit. So he was like,
He doesn't
okay.
really own anything.
Hey, rob Mr.
it.
Beast, but he owns
He's
nothing.
like, well, can I record it at least?
Yeah, let me put it on YouTube.
Ooh, if he posted a video of his house, like the security cam of his house getting robbed, that'd
It'd
do
bang.
numbies.
It bang.
That'd do numbies.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Oilers on a 3-game road trip. Next time we do one of these podcasts, we are going to be in Arizona, which is going to be interesting for us because the Oilers game starts at 1, right? 1 or 2? Is it 1 or 2?
2.
2. So our pre-party, which is at
Devil's Advocate.
Devil's Advocate,
Which has
in
a
Arizona.
higher capacity than the Mullet Arena.
Yes. That starts at noon, which means we need to start making our way there at like 11:30 at the latest, which means if we're going to do a real life that day, it's either got to be before or after all of that. So are we trusting ourselves to stay committed to doing it after, or are we just going to wake up and do a hotel pod early?
Breakfast beers. Podcast.
So then
Pre-game show.
we're fully on board right now to having a night Sunday, because you know we obviously will.
Yeah.
And waking up at and being in a hotel room at 9 to record real life.
If you're going to stay up all night and hoot with the Owls, you better be ready to get up in the morning and soar with the Eagles.
Man at night, man in the morning. All right. Okay, sure. We can
You
do
want to
that.
win the Super Bowl and you're dating Taylor Swift, you better tell her not to hit the blunt in the club afterwards because you still have to have your wits about you.
Would it be great if they were both celebrating with guns in the car on Instagram Live?
Jeez.
like Jean Morant.
But
All right.
Papa Swift was in the club and Mama Swift was in the club. Like that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I think I'm on this meeting. Am I on this meeting?
All right. Well, that's a good episode, everybody. Everyone has a meeting. Episode over. That's it.